right here. You guys see this magazine outside? It's free. Go get it. It's great. It's cool. I'm part of it. You should check it out. It's awesome. So, but mostly I'm here right now to facilitate the order of the order panel. So there's a lot of order dropping that's going to happen here. So, first off, I'm going to bring out the cast and crew and give them all the love. Get your best Insta faces ready because some of them have cameras. I mean, their phones. They might want to document. So, people in the front row, I need your best smiles. Are you ready? This guy's ready right here. Look at him. It's great. Excellent. And then I got a couple of treats for you, and then I'm going to ask some questions. Yeah, I love it. So, let's get this party started. First up, he is the showrunner and executive producer. Welcome, Dennis Eden. The cast is even screaming in the background. This is how much energy they got for me. I love it. All right, next up, she is the writer and executive producer, Shelly Erickson. He was in a van? Down by the river. No? Alright, well, eventually, he may appear, he may not. Film business. But, I think we have a little ditty to show the crowd. Is that right, Dennis? We have a little something something?
We have a little something something.
A little something? Do you want to look at a little something? Yeah, let's do it.
To have this before we started filming. And I told them that, and they were oddly unsupportive of my request to change
to September.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Something about scheduling.
Scheduling?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
that would have been tricky.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that we got nothing of season 2?
Oh, we've got something of season 2.
Oh, okay. What do we have for season 2?
Well, we got something. Do we want to tell it now, or let's tell it now?
I mean,
we're gonna read a few scenes for you guys. So we'll do that in a bit once we can get Jake on the line, because
that's fine. That's fine. I mean, at least you brought me something, so I'm not mad.
Now the other thing, that video does contain hints.
Oh, okay.
About season 2, like pretty much. You know, it's a recap, but it's also everything has bearing on what's going to happen in the second season.
Interesting. Can you elaborate on that for me?
I don't want to.
So why would you tease that to me if you're not going to tell me anything?
It's, because I'm not sure how in some cases. We're still writing.
All right, fine. I'm going to move on to somebody that will work with me here. Sarah!
Yeah?
Hi.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm great. You've had like a big year with like headlining this show. What's that been like for you?
Madness. Honestly, it's awful. I don't recommend it. No. It's been really great. I feel really lucky because we've got a really great group here, and I feel like that makes a huge difference. And I felt really supported by these guys, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I'm really happy that we got season 2.
Yeah, so yes, we haven't started filming it yet. Is there anything in particular of season 2 you can tell me about your character that you like?
Dennis.
I'm gonna try, guys. I'm trying for you. No?
Some people are sophomores now.
Oh, they're older? Great. Great. That's good to know. They're older.
Yeah. I can't really say too much. I think some questions will definitely be answered.
Some answers will be questioned.
But yeah, but there's definitely going to be more challenges along the way. And yeah, we read the first 2 episodes, and they're pretty hilarious. And
Okay, great.
Just have
So
to
it's
say.
funny. It's a comedy.
Yeah, but not any details at this point.
Fine,
Yeah.
fine. I'll try somebody else. Hey, Adam.
No. Yes.
What's up, Adam? You're a werewolf on this show.
Yes.
A werewolf.
Yeah, we.
Nice. It looks like that wasn't all CGI, right? Like you actually had to transform and wear some stuff.
Yeah, there was some prosthetic work. Like we did a teeth mold. We'd have to pop those in, which they were very uncomfortable. We did have a full wolf suit guy on set, so they'd just swap us out, and then he would come in and be like, "Oh, right, a werewolf, huge. My eyeline is up here, okay." But most of the time it was just CGI.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that you were talking about the teeth, that they're uncomfortable. Can you talk in them? Can you eat in them? Can you drink anything?
I mean, not well.
And not
No,
well.
okay.
Water mostly, and blood.
The blood of the order, you mean?
Yes. Sweet, sweet blood.
Do you actually want to wear a werewolf suit? If you have you thought to be like, yo, put me on stilts? I can do it. It's fine.
It looked very hot. I don't know
Okay.
the guy was doing it, so I don't think so. I think Dennis, CGI.
CGI.
With you.
Yeah.
All right.
CGY, not,
Gotcha. Gotcha. And I'm assuming you can't give me any tidbits on season 2 either, huh?
There are Netflix.
Keep trying.
Keep trying, keep going up. Well, I'm actually going to take a different tactic and go to Shelley. Hi, writer Shelley.
Hello.
Hey, talk to me.
Sure.
Yeah. So talk to me about the writing room for the Order. How do you come up with all these crazy ideas and stories? Oh, look who
Jake.
it is!
We can see Jake.
Jay,
Hi, Jack.
I made it. Can you hear us?
Hey, what's up?
Can you hear us okay, dude? Can you hear us okay?
Can you hear us?
And now, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I love this.
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
It's like every time I FaceTime my parents, I'm like, no, go near the router, Jake.
Well, this is going well. Can you hear us
You
now?
guys hear me?
Yeah, we
I can
can.
hear you.
We can hear you, Jake.
You're a little broken up, but
Right? Stop making fun of me and
You're just freezing up every once in a while, brother. That's all.
That's fine. It'll be
Alright.
great screenshots and memes later,
that's just my personality. So.
Nice hair, Leo.
Is that platinum blonde? Where are you at right now? You're in Oklahoma, right?
I'm in Oklahoma City, yes.
How is it? How's the weather?
It's so hot. It's the hottest I've ever felt.
Not a fan of the heat?
No, I love the heat.
Well, while we have you here, and while we still have you, hopefully you don't cut out, talk to us a little bit about how it's like being one of the what? So much caffeine. So much caffeine.
You're glitching a little bit, actually.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. I didn't mess up at all. It was just a glitch. Talk to us about being one of the leads of the show. What's that like for you? That's the first time for you, right?
It is, yeah. It's really fun and exciting, and Jack's a good one to be. He's not evil like this.
What's the matter, Jake? Cat's got your tongue?
Fell asleep, sorry guys.
Still bitter.
He's back, no, he's gone. He's back, no, he's gone. Technology.
This feels a lot like writer's room, actually.
Oh, there we go. It's good. I think he just kept going and had no idea he froze.
Yeah.
It was great. It's fine. You did great. That was a great answer. It was very insightful. I learned so much.
We need to magic something here.
Yeah. Forward your answers later on an Instagram story or something like that. Take fan questions.
Yeah.
That's like the great way to do that. So Shelly, sorry, we were talking about the writer's room.
Right?
Process and how you come up with all these kooky ideas.
Okay, I can't say the thing about the hallucinogens or the fact
No,
that...
you can talk about that.
How does it work? It's like, there's a lot of standard responses actually about how writers' rooms work. It's essentially this guy picks a bunch of people who he wants to get in a sandbox and we all just play together. It sounds kinkier than it is. And the big thing is about you give permission. And one of the things that I love is when somebody goes, oh, well, nah. Like, you know, they've had that idea and then they're stopping themselves. And then we all pile on them and go, you have to tell us now. And so even the most embarrassing or the things you think are the most ridiculous concepts or ideas or funny lines or what have you, it might trigger the next great idea or the next great line, and so it's a place where everything is permitted except full nudity.
No, that's fine. Nope.
Except full nudity.
Are you saying you're fine for full nudity?
No, partial nudity is good.
Yeah, personal needs.
It keeps the actors out of the room.
Yeah,
So we don't want to go full like Game of Thrones or anything like that.
not right now.
No.
I haven't shaved my back.
All right. Thomas, what do you think? You think you could do some full nudity or partial nudity?
Right now?
Do it.
I'm very susceptible to peer pressure. So.
I mean, if you want to, but I don't know how these guys would feel. It might help.
fine.
Do we have a nudity writer on you, Tom?
I don't think it's in my contract.
Okay, so then that's
So
a no.
we can negotiate, right? I mean, I'm for that if you want to. But, so, Thomas, sorry. Season 2, tell me all the secrets.
Yeah, right away. There's a unicorn. It's made out of diamonds. Sorry about that, yeah.
So you're a unicorn. So Hamish is a unicorn, is that what you're telling me?
He's a were-unicorn.
A were-unicorn?
Yeah.
Instead of a werewolf, you transform into a unicorn.
Yeah, we're going to play around with hybrids, we decided, season 2. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. But Hamish is actually a breakout role for you, so congrats to that. That's great. You're actually classically trained theater actor, yes?
Yes.
Yes, theater actor. How do you transfer your theater actorness to screen? How is that?
Oh my gosh, that's a huge question.
I know.
Let me see if I can just distill that into a short story. I wouldn't be here if not for the training and the teachers and the coaches and the mentors and everybody that's supported me along this journey.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I'm forever in debt and eternally grateful to the training I received. It was the best thing I ever did with my life. It's allowed me to get where I am today, to be working on this amazing show. It's helped in a lot of different ways, but in a lot of ways it didn't prepare me at all for television. The cool thing about theater is you live and breathe this project with everybody else for 3+ months. You ask questions together, you challenge each other. In film, you just go away and you got a tiny piece of the puzzle, you work on it, and everybody just shows up on the day, and it's like, here we go, and somehow it all comes together. But as far as the actual work goes, you're kind of out there on your own, so for me to kind of come into an ensemble like this, like I was incredibly nervous, incredibly tense, not really willing to make big choices right at the beginning of the show. And then about halfway through, something happened, and a large part of that was thanks to people like Adam and Devery and Jake, who are just up there, trying new lines, switching things around, like going with their instincts. It created this wonderful atmosphere of play, exploration, took away the fear of failure, the fear of having to get things right. And just all of a sudden, you just feel yourself breathe again and relax, and it just made for some of the most fun I've ever had on the job with this character. It's been an absolute blast. It's felt like winning the lottery, to be honest. Like most of the time, I just go up to work, and I'm surrounded by all these amazing people, incredibly talented, humble, and yeah, the atmosphere and the attitude on that project I couldn't have asked for anything better.
Aww. Here's your Oscar. I was going to say, that was a great monologue. You went through all the different levels and emotions and stuff. You emoted really, really well. I thought you were being very honest, and I believed who you were talking to. It was great. Okay. Hi, Catherine.
I want Thomas to answer.
What?
Thanks for your info, Jake.
I didn't even hear it. What did you say?
Who knows?
All right. Just smile.
Hey, Jake, we're just going to talk for you. You just look really pretty up there for us.
Do something.
I want Thomas to answer all my questions.
Oh, I heard that. That's great. That's great. Hi, Catherine. How you doing?
Good afternoon, Acolyte. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much. Thank you so. I'm loving the look, by the way. Your look is everything to me right now.
Thank you.
Excellent. So, obviously, in 2007, you were given the title of Scream Queen because of all your successful work in the horror genre.
Yes, I must have missed that ceremony and that crowning.
Did you not get a statue?
Apparently, it's still in the mail.
It's still in the mail since 2007.
I don't know what happened in 2007. Who made this announcement?
I don't know either.
It's on the paper.
It's on the paper?
On the paper, it's fine.
So, the title of Scream Queen is pretty awesome, though, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
That's cool. Do you have any, advice for any budding actress that wants to claim the Scream Queen title?
Yeah, I think for an aspiring scream queen, you should scream queen. You should first aspire to be a working actor queen.
Working actor.
Regardless of genre. Mm-hmm. And in your downtime, because there will be a little bit, you need to create. I don't even care if it's just in your own head. Create stuff, put that out there in the universe, and if you should ever be so lucky to happen upon the kind of material that made me, or create the kind of material that made me really fall in love with this genre, then you should just literally sink your teeth into it and support everyone who does.
That's a good answer. You emoted very well. I believed you the entire time who you were talking to. All the levels were there as well. Here, I'll give you a statue. Thank you. No, that's great. It was a great question. So, Chad and Mike, hey! What's up, guys? We were just on a panel for Van Helsing just before this, and these guys are also known for Hell on Wheels and Fargo and a lot of other popular shows. So I guess my question is, what draws you guys to a particular project?
Well, it starts with just material.
Good material.
It starts with material, and actually, we've been working with Chris Regino, that used to be with Sci-Fi, and now at Netflix, and he's just incredible with material. And sometimes it's an idea, it's a conversation over drinks or coffee or dinner, and it takes that one log line, or as the order started, it was we were going through the IP after starting Van Helsing and Ghost Wars and looking for something, and Werewolves was our conversation, and then the lovely Dennis Heaton had a werewolf idea and thought, and it morphed into something different, and it's about working with good people, working with great material, regardless of the genre, whether it's westerns, whether it's comedy, whether it's female thrillers, whether it's in the genre. So it starts with material and good partners that have each other's back and trying to have one goal. And it's not about ego, it's about making great stuff that the audience likes. So, and by the way, thank you to the audience for giving us... I know we never know exactly how many viewers, but there's tens of millions of you that watch this worldwide. And it's just humbling that a thought and an idea can turn into such an overwhelming phenomenon. So thank you so much. So.
We really respond to working with people again and again, you know, because you get kind of a shorthand and everything, and the relationships build. Like, you know, Dennis, this is the second show that we've worked with Dennis on, and you know, the more comfortable you get in those relationships, it breathes life into material too. You know, also being involved with branded series that have like iconic brands like Fargo and Van Helsing is great, and you know, and also our financial partners and the trust that we have with them is really key, because it frees us up to put our best foot forward and try and get the best shows on the screen.
That's great. Do you guys have any advice for any aspiring writers?
Yeah, I've thought about this one a little bit. There's a number of things that can be helpful. I mean, I would say that as you're crafting your ability to tell a story and everything, there's everything to do with structure and all of that stuff. And I believe there's a lot of good screenwriting books and courses that you can take that help you with that. You know, in terms of, there's a certain craft in a well-read piece of material that's going on screen. There's a certain economy to it, even often a little confident, tweaky sense of humor or something that makes material stand out. So I would say reading great material, even of shows that have been produced that you like, if you can get your hands on the, you know, the teleplay or the screenplay or whatever, and just read, you know, so that you can get a sense on that, any volunteering opportunity that you get to, you know, be a PA or be around or get as close to writers in a writing room is really helpful, because, you know, the writing room is a little enclave, and it's a hard little nut to crack. But if you can work towards that opportunity, I think it's hugely helpful, because writers are, when they collaborate and everything, there's a certain dynamic, there's a certain amount of just pure problem solving on how ideas manifest themselves to the screen. And then any opportunity, because there's so many filmmaking, you know, the tools for filmmaking with the cameras and everything that are so readily accessible, even phones, like just writing small things and getting them produced and learning about that, like, and pursuing all of it. It's a passion, and writing is really hard work. I have a lot of respect for all the writers that we work with. It can be, you know, getting to where they are in their careers, you know, is often a long, lonely journey and a hard one. So I have all the respect in the world for those that write and aspire to write, if they're following their passion and putting the time in.
Can I also add something to that? That was a great answer, and I like that Mike focused on craft, which is important. But I'd also say that, like, write the show you want to see. Like that, because if you want to see it, chances are, like, at least 1 million other people do, and my math is terrible. But if you believe in it, it's going to come off the page. I'm going to read that and go, wow, this person has told me something that's personal and significant and unique, and I can feel it. And if you can, like, that's I think the advice I'd want to impart to anybody who's trying to break into the business.
Yeah. Dennis, anything to add to that?
Yeah, you know, basically a variant on that. It's not write what you know, it's write what you love. And, you know, because when you're writing what you love, like Shelley says, we see it on the page. And just as much as we see when somebody's, you know, sort of cynically writing something because they think it will sell to the market, you can see that there's almost like a, you know, by the numbers rote quality to it.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't come alive in the same way.
No, I hear that. Speaking of characters that I love, Devery. Yeah, I love the badass werewolf chick that we got going on over there. And you were like the one that was like willing to kill everybody too. You're like, let's just kill him. It's fine. Let's just do it.
I don't see what the problem is.
No, I mean, you're a werewolf. I mean, it's kind of in the natural order for it. Natural order of the werewolf. I'm kidding. So what was it like to be the gal in the pack?
I think that Lilith would care not as much about being the only gal in the wolf pack and more about being like the coolest effing werewolf. Just saying.
Debatable.
It's been an incredible experience being a part of this and also having the opportunity to like play in comedy and defy the expectations of what a woman in the industry is supposed to be, is like demure and soft-spoken, and Lilith is like, screw all of these things, like I'm just gonna do that. And it was incredible to see the fan response, because at first everyone was like, I hate Lilith, I hope she dies, # order Netflix.
That's intense.
It was intense.
Wow.
It's no joke. And then as the season progressed, then it was like, all right, she's like kind of okay. And then at the end, then when like you guys spent money on Bikini Kill and like playing Riot Girl over my scene, I geeked out. And I don't know, it seemed like everybody really connected with Lilith, which I'm so thankful for. And yeah, it's less about being a gal in the wolf pack. It's just being a part of this gender-neutral collective.
That's a great answer. That is a smart answer. Speaking of being a badass gal that I really love, Larisa, you were such a mean girl. I love it so much. She like wears pink on Wednesdays. That's how mean girl she is.
Wednesdays only.
Wednesdays only. What was it like to just take a character like that and just have fun with it?
Oh, the worst. No,
the worst.
No, it was a lot of fun. I actually really had no idea what Gabrielle's arc was gonna be. Like when I first got the audition, it was very like mean girl, not the brightest person in the bunch, and I just thought, oh, what an opportunity to kind of make people laugh. And then during like the cast and crew dinner, all the writers like Shelley and Dennis and everyone's going up to me. They're like, "We're so excited for your character arc." And I was like, "Oh, what's the tea?" But no one told me. So no one told me like really that I was gonna end up torturing basically my whole cast. And it wasn't until I read the script that I was like, "Oh, she dark. She fun.
Oh, she intense.
She intense.
Oh, she crazy.
She crazy.
She cray-cray.
Yeah. So it's been like, but it's been fun because I did get like to play with the comedy and make people laugh, and then I kind of made people afraid. So it's kind of a dream.
And you got to torture Sarah.
I got to torture Sarah.
She loves that.
You two are actually really close in real life.
Yeah, we're basically common law.
We really are.
So like,
same
hating each other on
accountant.
screen, is it like therapeutic for your friendship to just kind of play characters that absolutely hate each other?
I don't know, is it low?
No, I mean, Sarah and I have known each other, like we knew each other a little bit before this show, but this show I think really brought us a lot closer together.
Yeah, definitely.
But I mean, I don't know about you, but for me, I've always had a hard time making girlfriends because I grew up with two older brothers, so I was always like friendly with guys. But like this show has some badass women and who really like all support each other. Like I feel like it's just kind of like a love fest, and Sarah along with Deb and Katie, like we're all like just like supporting each other. So I'm really, really grateful for that.
Yeah, the cast is also really close together too, right? Do you guys have any like fun, really quick behind the scenes stuff that you guys do together?
There was that one time, I don't know if Jake could speak on this because of the mic situation, but I just remember the time where we're like, we have some time, why don't we go and get burgers down the street? And I think we went rogue. We all hopped into I think it was your car? I don't know who, it doesn't matter. It was somebody's car.
You are in.
Jake, was that you? Alright, cool. Moving on. You guys were in a car.
Essentially, we all hopped in one car. We went rogue. We may have told Tammy, like our third AD at the trailers, and we took off, and they had no idea where we were. And we got back, everybody's freaking out. They're like, what were you doing? Where did you go? We're about to start. And then we're just like, we were getting burgers. Like, we wanted meat.
The wolves were craving meat. Let them have it. Sure. Great. Cool. So, we have a microphone being set up, I believe, over yonder. If you got a question, come on down. She's almost there. She's almost there. All right.
Hi, my name's Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
So we saw a lot of death in season 1, and Jack made a pretty big murder on his professor. Are we ever gonna see some repercussions from that? Like, the professor's missing, but no one said anything.
Well, they did the respondio incantations to, come up with plausible explanations for all of those murders become bike accidents and accidental drownings in bathtubs and slips downstairs and things like that. So, it's more about the emotional repercussions for the characters themselves than it is about any sort of repercussion from the incompetent Belgrave police force.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we got a nice line.
Hi, my name's Laurel. Probably a question for the writers. How do you guys balance getting the comedy in there, but without it getting sort of too campy?
I don't know.
Well, part of what we do, first of all, this guy can't help but make a show funny, so that's just always going to happen. But when we are sitting around in the room and talking about that balance, we are often asking ourselves, what's the horror of this story? And because we do them as two-parters, we think of the pair as, this is our horror movie. So once we nail down, this is the horror movie we're telling, these are the horror elements, and then we just find a way to find the comedy in the horror, and of course the comedy out of our characters.
Mm-hmm.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah. The comedy is, we try to keep the comedy to the comedic moments as like the pressure valve for the horror. We're always sort of saying as well that the horror is the horror. We never let the comedy slip into that moment. Hi.
Hi. I'm Camille.
Hi, Camille.
Adam, you're like my new favorite person ever. But season 2, are you going to have more information about Jack's mom?
Not now. We're always looking for moments to bring stuff out for the characters so that we, get more of a snapshot into what their life is like when they're not running around the forest murdering each other. So we'll see something.
Thank you.
Thanks, Camille. Thank you.
All right. Anybody else want to ask a question?
Any burning
It's fine, we can just sit here, we can just hang. We don't have to.
Moment of silence. It's totally fine. There we go.
Hi, my name is Wayne Williams. I've got a question.
Hi, Wayne Williams.
The werewolves are always sitting around drinking, the witches are always doing incantations, but you've got a bunch of kids in university that never seem to do homework.
It's basically autobiographical. I'm not kidding. I went to I did 2 years of film school before I quit and started working in an animation studio. And basically, about 6 months into my school time, I was like, I'm just going to the bar. So my degree, you know, there's no degree. My transcript looks terrible, but I'm here. So
not too shabby. Not too shabby.
Thank you, Wheelie.
Finish school.
Yeah, stay in school.
My mother is dragons.
Hi, my question's for everybody. I want to know if you yourselves personally would be in the Order or the Knights.
Great
Good question. You saw Bevan's sheet.
That was
one, that's a great costume you've got. I love your dragon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'd be a werewolf, hands down.
Okay.
I really thought I wanted to be a wolf. I was total team wolf in the beginning, but I am appreciating the variety of power that comes from magic, so I'd really like to be both.
I feel the exact same way. Yeah, you literally took the words out of my mouth. Werewolves are so cool. You guys are kind of cool. But yeah, magic. I've always wanted to be able to do magic, and yeah, such a variety of options. So probably magic. The Order.
Great question. There are no wrong answers.
Telling yourself that.
However, the right answer is
the right answer is magic. Yeah. When I was a kid, I was super big into magic, like the real kind, like card tricks and stuff. Cups and balls.
Wait, that's real magic?
That's real magic.
That's the real magic.
No way.
Yeah, and 4 cups, 3 balls. I didn't say that. And I was a big fan of Harry Potter as well, so for me, it'd definitely be a magician.
I mean, I think for myself, along with like many angsty young women, was totally into Wicca growing up. So in my personal life, I want to say the Order.
Popular answer.
Join us.
Popular answer. It's a bit of a toss-up, I think. As much as I do love the idea of being a vigilante, I also like the idea of never paying for pizza again. So that's really tough. To be honest, I would be in the Order. I think the life expectancy of being a knight just kind of sways me a little bit to the other side. Sorry, knights.
I've been a werewolf. And it's messy. There's blood and you wake up naked. And I was obsessed with Matilda when I was young. And I stared at a lot of objects for long amounts of time. So I'm sticking with the Order.
Great.
I just don't think I would be able to keep up with the drinking. Like all the beer pong that the wolves are doing and all like going to the pub. Like I am a 10:30 p.m. hard out grandma. So I will be sticking with the Order.
All right.
I definitely werewolf. I like beef. I like lamb. Any red meat. So I'm definitely werewolf.
Wolf pack of one. I'm with the wolves too.
Nice. What about you,
Jake?
Jake, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
The Order, just get away from Adam.
Get away from Adam.
Said the Order to get away from Adam.
Well, it's like, why not? I'm sure, like.
I'm sorry. Jake and I went to high school together.
So we're running a little bit out of time. I want to try and get these questions on.
Hi, my name is Claudia. I'm from Brazil.
Hi.
And I love the show. I really think it's interesting. But I have a kind of a doubt. Is the man couple seems to be something like Romeo and Juliet? Is that the course you want to take?
What's that?
The main couple teams to go on with Romeo and Juliet. Is that something, the course course you want
Well,
to take
that play is still relevant for a reason. You know, two people who want very much to be together, but there's reasons for them not to be together. If you're asking if we're driving towards the same ending, I simply can't tell you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next question.
Hi guys.
Hey.
Hi.
I'd just like to thank you so much for all the representation that you have in the show, like gender neutral and bisexuality. I think that's amazing. And I would like to know if you have like a favorite quote said by your character or by someone else.
Those pants are fairly fancy.
Mine's probably holy. Oh, I can't say it.
We all know what it is.
I think you know, though. Holy friggin' shoot ball.
Shite ball.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, there's so many good lines. I don't know. Come back to me. Come back to me.
How about you?
Oh, it's my turn, I guess.
I mean, there's just so many. I feel like Lilith is coming in with the quick quips. I personally love the one where I don't think it was even my line, but I'm like studying and essentially the monster the clitoris. That was my favorite.
It wasn't even in the script. Dennis just popped it in at the last second, but stuff is going badly and there's blood to be cleaned up, and I storm out of the room and say, I can't take one effing spa day. Because stuff went badly. That was your fault.
Probably. Mine's probably when I have that full-on Gabrielle monologue to Jack and Alyssa, and I say, I am Gabrielle Dupree. It's a beep there.
It's a beep. It's a bleep. Great.
We're coming back to you.
Oh, God. I liked when I was talking to, was it Ruby? Ruby, yeah. We were talking about, like, dogs and like, every dog, I love dogs. Every time I see one, it's like a famous celebrity to me. It's a celebrity to me or something, yeah. Because it's real. This comes from a real place.
We got one more final question.
Good afternoon, guys. My question is for Adam. So I first saw you in The Magicians, where you became my favorite character in like 2 minutes.
Oh, thanks for that.
So you were actually the reason I started watching the show, and then I fell in love with this show. So The Magicians is similar but different to this. How would you say your time spent there prepared you for this show?
Oh, man. They have a very warm, welcoming set, cast, crew. Everyone there is super friendly and nice, and I think the same as we said for here, and even more so, like tenfold. On-set experience as an actor is there's nothing more valuable than just being there, and getting to do that in every episode with this show, as opposed to just the odd few scenes here and there, is just a great learning experience. So, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, guys, I think that's about it. Thank you so much for coming on out. See the order panel. Thank you. Before we go, I want to take a group shot up here. I would like the audience to maybe stand up, see if we can get a couple of you in the shot in the back. Get like the hot going. So guys, stand over here. Yeah.
Jake, you got to stand up. We can't see you down there.
Sorry.
All right, thanks guys. Love you all.